once again, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time joining me here today. Hi, my name is Hannah. I make a lot of story time videos, sometimes other videos here on my YouTube channel, but today, I told you guys that these videos would be coming. Sorry if I start sniffling. I've got my sinuses are just acting up. Sorry about the jingle jangle. That's my dog's collar. She needs it. So I told you guys these stories would be coming more about my coworker, whom we are calling Jennifer. She's done some pretty outrageous things at work and said some pretty outrageous things. So I'm gonna have a pretty good amount of videos and like stories for you guys coming up about her, but this is just the first of many. I don't know how many of these stories we're gonna get through today, but I'm just gonna start off with the first red flags that she kind of exhibited when we were working with her. So without further ado, let's just get into what will undoubtedly be the first video of a very, very interesting and concerning saga. So as soon as my coworkers and I started working with Jennifer, like I said, I've said before, me and Jennifer pretty much were hired at the same time. So we should ideally be about the same skill level at our jobs, but we're totally not. I've paid a lot more attention and I do things more correctly. I do things correct more often than not. And she's pretty much backwards from that. So, anyway, when we first started, I didn't work with her very often because I work on weekends during school. When school is in session, I only work on the weekends. But I did hear some very strange stories about her. I worked with her a couple of times. When one of my other coworkers was off on the weekend, Jennifer came in instead of her. So anyway, I worked with her a few times. I got kind of a weird kind of vibe from her. Like I couldn't put my finger on it, but she just seemed strange to me. She seemed like there was something she wasn't saying or something that, you know, it seemed a little bit sketchy, but I just kind of played it off. I was like, whatever. She seemed super nice, so I was like, whatever. Well, a couple weeks after she and I were both hired, I had formed a pretty good friendship with a few of my coworkers, and I was talking to them, and I was like, you know, how is Jennifer doing? Are we kind of at the same skill level? You know, how are things going? And they're like, well, you know, she's not catching on as fast as we thought that she would. And, you know, but she's going to get better. We just know that she's going to get better at her job. Like you're catching on really fast, but you're super smart with a lot of like technical stuff and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay. And they're like, but there is the issue of her drinking at work. And I was like, hold up, like I was shook, you know, I was just like, drinking at work, like what do you mean? Like that's crazy to me to even, I don't know how anybody could even think of doing that. But yeah, apparently she was drinking at work a lot, okay, like a lot, okay. Like one day, the first time that it happened, not a coworker, a customer had given my coworker a bottle of wine, you know, to celebrate him buying an engagement ring, okay? This happens pretty often. So that happened, and they just kind of kept the bottle back in the back room, like if anybody wanted to take it or whatever. Well, it was still sitting back there, and one day, apparently, she was stressed out or whatever, and she just got into it. She drank the entire bottle of wine throughout the workday. I'm sorry, this glare is so horrible today. But anyway, she drank the whole bottle of wine throughout the workday. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, not exaggerating. This is exactly what they told me, and I've seen her drunk at work before. So that was the first time that it happened. And then they said another day, she came in bright and early in the morning with a coffee mug that was full of liquor. Just full of liquor. I'm not exaggerating. This is what they've said to me, and I've witnessed her erratic behavior before. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And so my coworker said, you know, I took her aside and I told her, hey, you really shouldn't be drinking at work. You know, it's unprofessional. The owner would get super mad if he found out or if he smelled it on you or something like that. And Jennifer literally looked her dead in the eyes and goes, "Oh, do you think he would get mad about that? Like, would he actually be upset with me about that?" And like, my coworker said she was dead serious. Jennifer was dead serious. Like, she legitimately did not know that it was inappropriate to be drinking at work. Like, what kind of person just thinks that that's okay? And how do you make it to the age of 50 years old not knowing that it's inappropriate to drink alcohol while you're on the job? That is insane to me. Another time, she came up there after she had been drinking already. She was like really tipsy and drunk and just acting really weird. And somebody asked her, you know, "Have you been drinking already today?" And she was like, "Yeah, I had a few toddies, you know, had some liquor in it." And we're just like, oh my God, Jennifer, that is not normal behavior. You really do not need to be drinking at work. But anyway, my coworkers talked to her a few times about it. I don't know if she stopped because, like I said, I don't usually work with her. I haven't heard anything else about that particular situation. But yeah, it's just extremely strange to me because that would never cross my mind. And I feel like most people, it would never, ever cross their minds to drink at work or get drunk at work or come to work drunk. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. And especially not in the workplace that we work in. Like, we work in a high-end jewelry store. How are you going to come to work drunk, drink at work, all this kind of stuff when you're, you know, like, that is so nuts to me. I don't understand. Another part of Jennifer's extremely strange and unprofessional behavior has to do with her love life. Okay, it's one thing to be friendly with your coworkers and talk to your coworkers about, you know, your boyfriend or, you know, your husband or whatever. But Jennifer always seems to be telling us, I'm so sorry about my hair. Jennifer always seems to be telling us about the numerous married men that she's sleeping with. And, you know, all these guys, these different guys that she goes out with and all this kind of stuff, which none of us care to hear. None of us care to hear about her sex life, but she tells us about it anyway. And a few months ago, she was actually showing around the office her nude photos. Literally, this woman, this 50-year-old woman, was showing nude photos to coworkers, to the jeweler. Everybody saw her nude photos. The office manager saw them. The owner of the store knows about them. I don't know that he saw them, but he knows about them because the jeweler told him. And yet, she's never been reprimanded. She's never been told, you know, that's inappropriate. She's never been gotten on to about anything, any of her inappropriate behavior. She's kind of just been coddled and babied and treated like the prize pig, when in fact, what she's doing is inappropriate. And I'm pretty sure it could be construed as like, you know, a hostile work environment, you know, sexual misconduct, that kind of thing. I don't know. That's just me. I never saw the pictures. I just know what literally everybody else in the office told me. But yeah, she's constantly talking about married men that she's dating. She's constantly talking about who she's sleeping with. The other day, she told my coworker, and I did witness this, she told my coworker that she was probably going to sleep with 3 dudes in the course of the night, which, I mean, you're a grown-ass woman. That's your business. Do what you want to do. But to be real, I don't think that you should be telling us about it. You shouldn't be showing your naked pictures around. You shouldn't be doing all this stuff. If you're going to do whatever you're going to do it in your private, personal life. Don't tell us all about it because it's really unprofessional. You definitely shouldn't be doing it at work. And it's just wrong, okay? It's wrong and it's disgusting because nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear it. I'm not here for it. It's just not cool. Okay, okay. So that's all I really care to discuss about Jennifer today. Frankly, her behavior by and large kind of sickens me. It makes me a little bit sick to my stomach just because it's so inappropriate, unprofessional. It's just not right. You shouldn't be doing that in the workplace. Probably shouldn't, you know, you just shouldn't do it in the workplace. It's unprofessional. It's uncalled for. Please don't do it. Please, I'm begging you, don't do it. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to hear about it. Nobody wants to experience it. So just let's not. It's a no from me. Thank you guys again so much for joining me again today. Leave me a like if you like this video. Comment down below if you've ever met anybody this strange and unprofessional. And deluded. I don't know. Yeah, and subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and Friday. Again, this is just the first of many stories in this weird saga of things that she's done that's just super unprofessional and strange. So, yeah, thank you guys once again so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.